The doors opened and a bunch of Secret Service men walked into our prom, and there was John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States, with Jack Benny, a very famous comedian in those days.
My prom was in my high school gym, and it was the 80s, and so the colors were peach and teal.
My father owned a clothing store, and he rented tuxedos, and so almost all my friends at the prom, about 10 different guys, we all got our tuxedos from my father's store.
I had this really beautiful Jessica McClintock off the shoulder, like long, like very, you know, not quite the style these days, but it was really pretty, and I had my hair up and all this.
All these different kinds of tuxedos, Madras tuxedos, seersucker tuxedos, black jackets, white jackets, green tuxedos, just all kinds of ones.
When I went to the other schools was really a junior-senior banquet because it was a super religious school and they didn't approve of dancing. And so the funny part is that they had this banquet and then they tacitly permitted dancing afterward.
He was a junior and he was a really good dancer, which I thought would be really fun, but he was actually a better dancer than I was. So, I don't know, you know, he showed me up a little.
They tacitly referred to rhythmic fellowship that would happen later that evening, which to me sounds a lot worse than dancing. So that one I was asked to, but then my senior year I asked a girl at my school.
My date was a sophomore girl that I was dating at the time named Leela.
So I went to high school prom with a friend of mine who sat in front of me in Greek class.
It was definitely, I think that what says it best is that when we finally took the prom photo, she was a very short person. She was about 5'1".
And you were?
And I was my full height at that time. I was 6'2".
I ended up chickening out. I had this guy that I knew at work who was actually quite a bit older, and I was going to ask him, and then I was just like, oh, I can't do that. That's just creepy and weird.
I had a boyfriend at the time.
It was Brian, and he was 2 inches shorter than me, and my mom made me wear high heels. So I look like a giant in our prom pictures. I am only 5'3".
He was like 22 or something like that, so we worked together. You know, I was a waitress, you know, whatever. He was from New York. He was cute.
And then he comes to pick me up with a bolo tie on and a little Rastafarian belt around his waist. So that was a little bit of a disappointment.
But the only way I would take her to the prom was under one condition, and that is that she wore flats and not heels. Because since she was taller than me anyway, which was not hard to do, I insisted that she wore flats so that she would not be towering over me at the prom.
So I ended up going with a friend.
I also had long hair at the time, so it was kind of
nice.
So it was a very interesting photo.
I didn't go to one of my proms, but I went to another one, and I had a perfectly good time. And I certainly didn't have so many lovely people that I could go with, as you do here at the Catlin Gable School.
It was a pretty good time, though. It was low-key, we danced, we had fun.
And then we went down to the beach afterwards, and like, yeah, it was like, it was good. It was fine.
And it was a pretty memorable night. And that's all I'm going to tell you.
So anyway, it was a really good time, and it's probably one of the reasons I love to chaperone the prom, and I'm going to be there this year having fun and watching everybody dance and have a good time.